Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and another part of this Newcastle United series. Now this is the first episode which takes place within the full release of the game. The episode yesterday was released after the full game came out, but was recorded before the full game came out, for those of you who may be curious about that. So hopefully we get a smoother game from here on forward. It may also mean that the full game release tends to make the game a little bit harder than the beta, so we might see that we won the Champions League just in time, and we might just be about to come into a huge crash against Manchester City today. But today we will take on Manchester City in the semi-final of the FIFA Club World Cup. You may remember that last time out we beat Liverpool 3-1 in a victory I was not expecting. We've got Manchester City awaiting us, and then Real Madrid potentially in the final, so that could be absolutely massive if we manage to get through. So going out there today, we do have Wilson and Edouard up top, Jones and Saint-Maximin on the wings, Rice and Szoboszlai in the middle with Conte, Koopmeiners, Ayer and Alvarez in defence, Maignan in goal. A few players not entirely fit. It's going to make this a very interesting game. Man City are going to be in a very similar position to us, so I imagine it's not actually going to have too much of a bearing. It might impact the quality, but I don't think it will impact the result. Manchester City, a team that of course could very comfortably beat us on their day. They do have probably better players than we do, but we are strengthening the team and getting better. And we've got a chance here with Szoboszlai's free kick, and it's tipped over by Ederson. Szoboszlai very close there to a goal. He takes the following up corner. Koopmeiners header. We did score a few in the last game. It's going to be really interesting to see how this tactic does in the full release. Szoboszlai with the next corner into Ayer over the top though. The ball not quite on target, but the corners seem to be doing a little bit of damage for this Manchester City team. Now you can see we're getting shots off, but De Bruyne here with the first chance for City to the back stick for Laporte. And I don't even think that one really counted as a highlight. It wasn't even on target, that header. 0.05 expected goals from that one chance for Manchester City. I wonder if that means there's a 1 in 20 probability that chance would have led to a goal. I'm not entirely sure how they figure out these expected goals metrics. I know there's a bit of confusion about how they work. De Bruyne puts free kick in, it's cleared away. Jones now can counter-attack, still at the club on loan. He's charging forward, he's got players with him, he finds Saint-Maximin on the right. He's in on goal, but that's a tame effort which Ederson gratefully receives in the centre of his chest. Nearly coming up to half time now. We've clearly been the better team, but we have not managed to make the breakthrough, and as the game goes on, we will struggle with unfit players, which Manchester City can exploit. And Ayer there, that was extremely tired from Ayer. That pass cut out by Raheem Sterling, and he just finished it as you would expect Raheem Sterling to do. I mean, this is so poor. Ayer, what are you playing at, son? Sterling with the finish. It's 1-0 just before half time as well. The worst time to concede because there's no time to come back. And despite being the better team up to this point, we are now a goal down. What was interesting there is the team were motivated before I said anything. You don't see that very often. And Abdou Conte's throw-in goes in. It's cleared away. Sterling has got it. And Szoboszlai going in with a good tackle. Alvarez cleaning up, just about keeping it in. Ayer this time finds his teammate, Saint-Maximin. Cutting in through the middle, created space for Alvarez on the right. He pulls it across, it's cleared away just as it was about to fall for Edouard. And Ayer has been spun by Sterling, who punishes us by making it 2-0. And Christopher Ayer is now going to be substituted, perhaps a little bit late in the day. We're going to need to change our wingers as well. Patrick Roberts can come on down the right, Almiron down the left. But that's just an easy goal for a player like Raheem Sterling. And at 2-0 down, this game is going to be very, very difficult. We're going to demand more from the entire team. I can see they've changed that a bit as Bellerin goes for the Kung Fu volley over the crossbar. But it looks like our Club World Cup Championship might be coming to an end a little bit sooner than we would like. This Man City team seems to be able to beat us at the moment. We seem to have lost a panel here as well with the full game release. I'm not too worried. There seem to be one too many panels anyway. But time running out here, it looks like we're not really going to be able to turn this one around late on. We've been the better team throughout. We've had more shots throughout, but Manchester City have been clinical when we've made mistakes. We've got a chance here. Alvarez with the long throw. This will be one of the greatest comebacks of all time. Wilson has just plonked that ball into the back of the net, and it's an own goal from Edison. Not often you see that. He's punched the throw into his own net, apparently. Let's see what happened here. Alvarez with the throw, and I don't even see Edison touching that one. That looked like a Callum Wilson goal to me, but it's gone down as an Edison own goal, and time is up. Unfortunately, we were not able to come back. It's really frustrating. I'm going to just sort of say something like, I don't even know what I said there. It doesn't matter too much. It's Real Madrid and Manchester City in the final of the Club World Cup. I don't really know how much of a difference it makes. But up next we have a third place match against, I don't know what Millionaires Club means. Is a Steam achievement that just popped up if you can't see that on your screen. No idea what that achievement is for, but we've got a game against Chelsea up next in the third place playoff. I don't know how much money we get for finishing in various positions in the Club World Championship, but we will find out shortly. So it's time now to take on Chelsea in this third place playoff. I hate third place playoffs, and the big news really is that Curtis Jones has left the club, so it's one less player in this squad. A really awkward time because you're not allowed to register any more players, so we've got all these unregistered players that I can't use. Dembele, Jesus in there, but Dembele, the new signing, coming in, and Jones also now being lost, which isn't ideal. I am hopeful that I can bring him back for another loan for another year. Liverpool seem open to the idea. They weren't open to it before his loan ended, but they're open to it now it has ended. So always worth doing that double check if you find yourself in that situation. But it means Jamal Lewis is going to have to play on the left flank. We've got Seneze joining Ayer in the centre with Conte on the left, Alvarez on the right. Otherwise, no changes in the team whatsoever. The new club captain, with Lascelles having just left, is Christopher Ayer. He's got fantastic leadership skills, so he was a shoo-in to get that role. It means the deputy captain or vice captain is Declan Rice in the middle. I could have picked a couple of players, really. They all had decent leadership stats. We've got a lot of leaders in this team, which is one of the reasons that we are able to come back when we're a goal down or see games out when we're ahead. It really is one of the biggest attributes that you don't always look at when building a squad, but you've got to have 3 to 5 people with 15 and above leadership in your squad, and you certainly need 1 or 2 of them in your match day team if you're going to kind of eke out those games where maybe the other team doesn't quite have as much leadership. It really is important when building your squad. But that was a boring first half. Not a single highlight in that first half there. Hopefully the second half's a little bit better than the first. Some players on both teams looking a little bit unhappy out there. Ayer here, first game as captain, lays it off to Alvarez. Now Rice plays it down the corner, but James gets it away. Edouard to Lewis. Declan Rice takes it outside. Szoboszlai giving it away, negotiating a new contract with Szoboszlai, but he's giving the ball away, and Werner is in on goal, and Mainan, I think his name is Manon, I don't know. Lots of people have been telling me how to pronounce his name. I thought I was getting it right with Mainan, but apparently not. And I lived in a French speaking country for 2 years. Doesn't mean I speak French. Werner onto Otavio, taking on the defender, and that was just past the far post there from Otavio, not very far away from opening the scoring for Chelsea. We're going to need to make a few changes here. We've got players who are dead on their feet. Can bring Isaac Hayden on, even though I'm trying to sell him. And I also take some Maximan off for Patrick Roberts down the right. You can see that lack of depth in this squad is a major issue. We need to bring more players in, really. We've got a lot of dead weight on the books, and we need fresh new players in the team. But we're nearly at full time and it remains 0-0. I'm not sure if there's extra time. I imagine there would be. Free kick for Chelsea. Pulisic has put it in, and Werner there has hit the crossbar at the far post, not far away from sneaking the win for Chelsea. But it looks like we might be going to extra time. No, penalties, thank God. Thank God it was penalties, because extra time in a dead rubber third place playoff is one of the most pointless things you'll ever see in football. But Callum Wilson gets the penalty for us. to set us off on a winning track. Jorginho, a penalty specialist, up next, and he finishes it in a way you would expect a penalty specialist to do. Koopmeiners will be the next man up for us. Let's see if he can make it 2 from 2. He's run straight onto that. He's walked up from the centre of the park, run straight onto it, no time to settle himself, and surprise, surprise, he's missed it. Werner goes next. He does take a second to steady himself and makes it 2-1 to Chelsea. Edouard goes next. He has positioned himself well and found the bottom corner. That was really weird, the way he just ran straight up and shot the ball. Marcos Alonso going next. He also takes a moment to steady himself, but it doesn't help him as Maynard manages to get across and make the save. Patrick Roberts up next, can play as a striker, and he sent their keeper the wrong way. I thought the way the keeper went early there, he was going to save it, but apparently not. And Ziyech is the next to go. Can they miss 2 in a row, Chelsea? Ziyech denied. They've saved, but well, I was going to say they've missed 2 in a row. They haven't. It was a save from Maynard, and we can win the game here for absolutely no purpose. It's the new captain with his first real leadership test, stepping up to take the winning penalty. There's not a great record of central defenders doing this, and he continues in that true tradition. Central defenders who are club captains taking the winning penalty in international competitions. Look it up, it never goes well. Otavio is the next one up. He needs to score to keep Chelsea in, but he has. So this penalty shootout continues painfully on. It's one of the things I've always hated in the match engine, penalty shootouts. Abdou Conte does finish his next penalty. We should have had him take the last one. And it means we now get this super long walk up in every sudden death penalty. I can't believe they still haven't just fixed the experience of penalties. They turn it into a dry paint, like watching paint dry experience instead of a massive one. You can see the players just running down the sidelines there to celebrate a third place finish in the Club World Cup. I'm not sure that's how they react in real life, but we have managed to do it. We win nothing whatsoever. I don't know if you get bronze medals for that. I imagine you would, otherwise why are you doing it? But we have finished third. We get 1.94 million for that. I imagine there must be more money than that to come, maybe after the game today. I imagine the finals today, and that's where you get the competition money paid out. So I'll just go forward, see who wins. We obviously lost to Man City. Hey, Curtis Jones is coming back for another season. And Real Madrid win it on penalties, interestingly enough. So we finished third, Real Madrid, Man City, and then Newcastle. But it looks like there's not going to be a big dump of competition cash coming our way anytime soon. So what we'll do now is jump into pre-season, and then next time out, everybody wants a new contract because we're champions of Europe. Get over yourselves. But anyway, we will go ahead now, and we will get through pre-season. We'll start the season off. We've got a couple of the traditional curtain raisers to come. We've got the UEFA Super Cup to come, so I might even kick off there and get through these first couple of games, and then we can see how we want to take this forward from there. But do drop a like down below if you enjoyed that Club World Cup campaign. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.